The more we get together, the more we get together, the happier we'll be. There's Aiden, there's August, there's Augie, there's Caroline. The more we get together, the happier we'll be. There's Cece, there's Charlie, there's Eleanor, there's Emmett. The more we get together, the happier we'll be. There's Emerson and Harrison and Jonah and Jonathan. The more we get together, the happier we'll be. There's Noah and Aurelia and Remy and Ruby. The more we get together, the happier we'll be. There's Tilly, there's Tommy, there's Zoe, there's Julie. The more we get together, the happier we'll be. There's Sarah and Sunita and Maria and Lauren. The more we get together, the happier we'll be. I'm going to add three more. There's Benjamin and another Jonah and Beatrice and the Purple Room. The more we get together, the happier we'll be. Wow, it has been such a long time since I have been with you. And I know we're not together at Cherry Preschool, but we're together in this moment together, and I am with you, and you are part of me, and you're with me. It was it was a quiet week last week in the sense that it was our spring break for Cherry Preschool. And maybe some of you had plans to go away and you couldn't go. I had plans to go away and I couldn't go. And some of you might have planned to gather with family and friends for Passover last week. And in the past, you would see your grandmas and your grandpas and your cousins and your aunts and uncles and maybe really good family friends, and you would get together and have a special meal. Yesterday was Easter, and the same thing. In the past, you would get together with your aunts and your uncles and your cousins and grandmas and grandpas and friends, and we couldn't do that either. Things are very different right now. How do you feel about that? Is it strange? I think it's strange. I'm not thrilled about it. Have you seen people wearing masks? Have you seen your mom and dad go to the store and maybe wearing a mask over their mouth? Because the scientists in our country, in the United States, and even in the whole world, all over the world, have said, hey, maybe for a little bit of time, when you go out, cover your mouth and wear a mask. I don't have a mask. I haven't been anywhere. I've stayed inside, but when I go out, I'm going to make myself a mask, but I don't have one right now. So many things are different, but many things are the same. You are probably a little taller. Maybe your hair's gotten a little longer, but you're still you, and you're very special. Your houses are the same. Your family's the same. If you look outside, the sky is the same. Some days it's what? Sunny. Some days it's cloudy. Some days it's a mixture of both. But basically, it's the same. Things are changing outside because the weather is getting nicer and spring is here. Yay! But many things are the same. And you maybe can't go to the park, and you can't go do this. You can't go to your piano lessons or your swimming lessons or your basketball or your soccer or all those things. You can't do those. But you can be at home surrounded by love. You can hug your family. You can watch a show or a movie. You can use scissors and cut paper and make things. You can draw. You can take a bath or a shower. can eat yummy food that's always made for you, and we're very lucky for that. So, with thinking about the things that are different, let's think about things that are the same. What are some of the things in Cherry Preschool that we do? Like when we get to school, how do we start our day? I'm pretty sure it's good day, good day. It's a good, 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 good day. Say hello and how do you do to all of your friends and your teachers, and let's say your family too, since you're with them. Good day, good day. It's a good, good, great, great day. Right? I think it's a great day. It's a great day. It just really, really is. And what day is it? It's very hard because every day seems like the same. I get up in the morning, I brush my teeth, I wash my face, I have a cup of coffee, I try to do a little bit of exercise, I take a shower, and but I do the same thing every day. I don't go anywhere. I'm just here. So what day is it? I have my handy dandy calendar here, people. So I can set it up right so you can see it. Here we go. Wow. It's April. It's the month of April, and a lot of days have gone by. Let's see. Sarah started you out the month of April, and she started you out with a red triangle. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wow. 12 days of April have already flown by. How crazy is that? Yesterday it was Sunday. Yesterday was Sunday, all day. And remember that song that we sing about the days of the week? What is that first day that we sing about? Sunday. So let's sing that song again because it's been a long time. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Well, according to the song, if yesterday was Sunday, what is it? You're right. It's Monday. Today is Monday, and yesterday was the number 12, which means that today is the number 13. And can you look at the pattern? It's a big pattern. I see red, yellow, yellow, green, blue. Red, yellow, yellow, green, blue. Red, yellow, yellow. 13, the number 13. So today is Monday, April 13th, 2020. Holy moly. 2020. And it's already the middle of April. Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy, crazy, crazy. So look out your windows and see what you think about the weather today. I'm going to ask you, is it sunny? Is it cloudy? Is it rainy? Is it windy? Is it snowy? You never know around here. It could be any or all of the above, right? So say it loud. Say it clear. What is it? All right. Good enough. That works for me. So I've been trying to figure out how best to do the mystery bag with you. And I think I'm going to give you some clues right now. I think I gave you these clues last week, but I never told you what was in it. So I'm going to remind you of what I have in the mystery bag. Okay? Here's our mystery bag. And inside it is something that can be a different shape or different size, is the first clue. The second clue is that it can clean things. And the third clue gets bigger when it's wet. Don't say it. Just wait. We'll come back to it. I hope I remember to do that. I'm going to make a note. Back to the mystery bag. Mystery bag. I'm going to do that before we end. Okay. Writing a note. Okay. Very cool. Very cool. So another thing, when I think about when we haven't been together and things that we like to do, there's so many songs that we like to sing. And you know me, I love to sing. And as I'm looking out my window, I see still amazing signs of spring. And I know last week that Sarah showed you how she transplanted our lettuces outside, right? And so when she transplanted them, they sure weren't seeds anymore, were they? No, they had taken root and they had sprouted and they were blossoming leaves, right? So I'm thinking again, what are the things that we need to grow things outside? So let's do our song because I've missed hearing you sing, okay? So if you got the sun and if you got the rain and you plant a little seed in that old back lane and you rake and you hoe and you keep the weeds down, you might find roots growing out of the seed in the ground. Well, if you got the sun and if you got the rain and you plant a little seed in that old back lane and you rake and you hoe and you keep the weeds down, you might find a shoot growing out of the root from the seed in the ground. Well, if you got the sun and if you got the rain and you plant a little seed in that old back lane and you rake and you hoe and you keep the weeds down, you might find a stem growing out of the shoot from the root from the seed in the ground. Well, if you've got the sun and if you've got the rain and you plant a little seed in that old back lane and you rake it and you hoe and you keep the weeds down, you might find a flower growing out of the stem from the shoot from the roots from the seed in the ground. The last time, and let me hear you. Well, if you got the sun and if you got the rain and you plant a little seed in that old back lane and you rake and you hoe and you keep the weeds down, you might find a seed falling out of the flower from the stem from the shoot from the root from the seed in the ground. That's awesome. I can't wait to see what happens in Sarah's garden. You never know outside though, because sometimes, what are those little hip-hoppity, really cute little buggies that get into gardens sometimes? Are they bunnies? Sometimes those bunnies will get into stuff. I'm hoping that she still gets to grow it. I bet it's going to be awesome. All right, we got to stretch our legs, right? So I'm going to go back here so you can see me. Come on now, play, follow the leader. Can you do exactly like me? Put your arms way up tall. Let me look at you all. And now you look exactly like me. Come on now, play, follow the leader. Can you do exactly like me? Put your hands way out wide. You have one on each side. And now you look exactly like me. Put your hands on your eyes, it's not hard if you try. Put your hands on your nose, you have each one of those. You're not supposed to touch your face right now. Put your hands on your ears, that's what helps us all hear. And now you look exactly like me. So come on now, play follow the leader. Can you do exactly like me? Please sit down on the floor or the rug or the couch. That's all there is no more. And now you look exactly like me, me, me. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So, sorry about that. I was cleaning out my drawers in my kitchen. And what do we keep in the kitchens? What do you keep? I keep dishes and towels and glasses and pans so that I can cook in them. And I keep knives and forks and spoons. And when I was cleaning them out and sorting them and trying to make better use of my space, I saw amazing things in there. And I found all these really amazing things. Hopefully, when I practice this worked. Look at this one. Look at this is just a regular one. Look at this one. It's really shiny. Shiny. This one's really cool. Can you see it? It's got like grape leaves on it. See that? You see the shape of it? It's a fancy one. Whoa! Oh no! Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Let's put these back up. There we go. Oh dear. I bet you're laughing. Okay. Look at those spoons. Of course, they're all spoons, right? You all know that. They are spoons. And look, they're all different. They all have, this part is sort of the same. It's kind of round, correct? Kind of like a circle-y shape. And they all have a handle, right? Should we count these to see how many spoons we're looking at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 spoons. Now, do you think I have more than 7 spoons? You're right. I do have more than 7 spoons. But for right now, I thought that these were pretty cool. They're all different, but they're all the same, right? They're all spoons, but they're different. You use them for different things. So this one is what I might eat my ice cream with. This one, I might scoop up some mashed potatoes with. This one, I would use if I were cooking on a stove and I would have to mix up something, or if I were baking something in a bowl and I had to mix up the batter. This one has holes in it. What do you think you use that for? Sometimes, if like you're having a fruit salad, like let's say we put together some raw strawberries and blueberries and cantaloupe and watermelon and pineapple, and let's say it got really juicy and we wanted to have a bowl of berries. We wanted to have a bowl of fruit, but I didn't want all the juice. So if I use this spoon, I put it in, and the juice falls out of there, and the berries stay in. And I can gobble them up, and I don't have a messy, juicy thing. This spoon is for mixing a drink, or if a very deep bowl, I suppose. But lots of times people have iced tea with this, and they'll. And this one, well, this is just a fancy soup spoon. Just really fancy. And you have to polish this to make it shine. I don't polish it, really. And this one is, you would put this like in a fancy bowl if you're having a party and you wanted to put a pretty spoon in a bowl so people could serve their fruit. Let's say they wanted to use this for fruit, or peas. Do you like green peas? I love green peas. My husband doesn't, so I don't eat them very often. But it's a pretty serving spoon is what they would call them. But again, are they all the same? Oh. No, they're not all the same. I mean, they're all the same spoon, but they're all different. They look different. They feel different. Some are heavier than others, but they're still a spoon. And I have a book called Spoon. It's by Amy Krauss Rosenthal. She wrote the story, and Scott Magoon wrote the words. Want to read it with me? I kind of liked it. So I'm going to take my spoons off of here. Oh my goodness. I am making a mess. Here we go. Here we go. Can you see this? Is there too much glare? I hope not. Spoon, S-P-O-O-N. Spoon. I have to grab my handy dandy glasses. Got 'em. This is Spoon. Oh my gosh, this is Spoon's family. Look at all those spoons. Holy cow. I now see spoons that I didn't even think about. I have measuring spoons. I have a ladle, which is a type of a spoon. Holy cow. On Sundays, Spoon goes to visit his Aunt Silver. He has to be on his very best behavior there. She's very fancy and proper. That's like this spoon that I showed you. Kind of, right? A fancy one. Goodbye, darling. Ta-ta. He's waving goodbye. At bedtime, Spoon likes to hear the story about his adventurous great-grandmother who fell in love with a dish and ran off to a distant land. I think that's that nursery rhyme about the dish ran away with the spoon. Isn't it funny? Lately, though, Spoon had been feeling blue. What's wrong? Asked his mother. You look a bit bent out of shape. Nothing, mumbled Spoon. It's just that, I don't know. All my friends have it so much better than me. Like Knife. Knife is so lucky, he gets to cut. He gets to spread. I never get to cut or spread. Well, yes, Knife is pretty spiffy that way, isn't he? Said Mom. Well, then there's Fork. Fork is so lucky. She gets to go practically everywhere. I bet she never goes stir crazy like I do. Well, Fork does get out and make herself useful, doesn't she? So Fork, there's a burger on a grill, and Fork is eating a salad, and Fork is in a piece of cake, and Fork pasta wrapped around it. Well, then there's Chopsticks. I mean, they're so lucky. Everyone thinks they're really cool and exotic. No one thinks I'm cool or exotic. Those chopsticks are something, aren't they? They're pretty special. Meanwhile, if only Spoon knew what his friends were saying at that very minute. Spoon is so lucky, said Knife. He's so fun and easygoing. Everyone's so serious with me because I'm a sharp knife. No one's ever allowed to be silly with me like they are with Spoon. Why wouldn't they be silly with a knife? Because it could cut them, right? Spoon is so lucky, said Fork. He gets to measure stuff. No one ever does that with me. Spoon is so lucky, said Chopsticks. He can go places all by himself. We never, ever, ever can function apart. That's true. You need two chopsticks to make them work, right? That night, after bedtime stories, Spoon's mom turned off the light. She tucked him in and she said, "You know what, Spoon? I wonder if you realize just how lucky you are. Your friends will never know the joy of diving headfirst into a bowl of ice cream. They'll never know what it's like to clink against the side of a cereal bowl. They'll never be able to twirl around in a mug or relax in a hot cup of tea." Spoon hadn't thought of it that way before. He laid awake in bed for a long, long time. His mind was racing. He felt so alive. There was only one thing to do. I can't sleep. Well, come and snuggle. Come and spoon us. Oh, and so he did. Sweet dreams. He's thinking of the ice cream and of the chocolate malt and the pie. Oh, and pudding. All the good things that a spoon can eat, but a fork can't and a knife can't. That's kind of funny, right? Kind of silly. But sometimes, do you ever feel that you're not special? Because I know that you're special. Each one of you does things differently. You're all 4 and 5 years old. You're all a member of the Purple Room, but you all do things differently. And you say things differently. You smile differently. You hug differently. But you're all pretty amazing. Some of you can play basketball. Some of you can't. Some of you can draw amazing pictures. Some of you can't. Some of you can build amazing buildings with blocks or magnet tiles. Some of you can't. Some of you can be amazing babies in that housekeeping corner, and some of you can't, nor do you want to. When I was a little girl, I had a sister. Her name was Amy. And Amy and I were very good friends, and we were very close together in age. She was really, really good at playing golf. She was amazing at playing basketball. She was amazing at playing baseball. I wasn't so good at that. And there were times where I felt like, ugh, I wish I was like her. But then I kind of learned with the help of my mom that it's okay. I could do things that Amy couldn't. I could type really well, and I could get up in front of people, and I could sing, and I could tell stories, and that wasn't something she could do very well. So think about how special you are, because you are special to me in all of your own very special ways. Before we go, I want to show you what I thought could be fun. Ask your mom and dad if you have any spoons. These are plastic spoons that came with, sometimes when we order carry out, we'll get a spoon. So maybe your mom and dad have some. And I thought what we could do is make a puppet out of that with a marker. What do you think? Can you see that? So I made let's see, maybe I'll give it some red hair. Oh, pink hair. Kind of pinky. What do you think? There's my, and then I have another one. I don't know. It could be kind of funny. You could tell a story with your puppet, right? I'm gonna give this one a bow tie. Oh, can't see the screen very well, but that's okay. Can you see the screen? Anyway, this would be kind of fun. Well, hello, Purple Room people. I am Madam Spoon, and this is Mr. Spoon. We have some children around here somewhere, but we can't quite find them. Maybe you can help us later, okay? Anyway, that might be something kind of fun to do. You can make them, put them with the puppets that you made with Sarah last week. So here's the deal. I have to put all of my spoons away. And maybe, you'll have to ask, but maybe you could look in the drawers and see how many kinds of spoons do you have. I had 7, but I know I have more. And I wonder how many you might have. And maybe if you have to empty the dishwasher with clean dishes and put them away, or maybe in your sink there are clean spoons. Why don't you ask? Maybe mom or dad could use your help, and you could put them away. You could sort them and find right where they go. So back to the mystery bag really quickly. The clues, do you remember what they were? Okay, the first clue was different shapes, different sizes, right? Cleans things, gets bigger when it's wet. Do you know? A sponge. Can't live without a sponge. Wipes up all my messes, and I tend to make messes, don't you? Now, it's kind of time to say goodbye, which I really don't like to do. But we have to, and I'll see you again tomorrow. I hope you have a great, great evening, day, whatever, good sleep tonight. And I can't wait to see you again tomorrow. I have some fun things planned, I think. And I love you. I adore you. Stay safe. Stay well. Give your family a great, big, huge, enormous hug for me. Bye, everybody. I love you.